Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see hideth sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth fat fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them dear like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment that the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah. Love the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jo! Kadama we gromabia tela e higzag beer tana istalina ba shante 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 shante. Where two and three meeting in the name of the Most High Jah. And that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way. If Jaja never watch upon the house, when build for you, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda Amasa, the Gusto no Gusto Daniel Am, Komaya Sataya, Aimana Pio Aya, Kadama we Gromabia Tela E. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And every time this black pot sits on the fire, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors relocate into the black pot and subjected to some amount of heat. Oh, they produce what is known as food. Now, the food benefits us, the eaters. The black pot does not eat the food. Neither do the ingredients eat the food. We are the eaters, those who never participated in the making of the food. But every time, selflessly, the black pot and the ingredients would collaborate to always produce food. This is what we must learn and appreciate and uphold in high esteem. Now, the black pot represents the continent of Africa, whilst the ingredients represent us, the people. Yes, we must collaborate to bring development to our people, our continent, our land. Does it really matter if we do not benefit from all the hard work we put out immediately? No. Generations yet to come would enjoy that. That's why I keep saying we must be that tree planting generation. That generation that will sow the seedlings that will become trees. Yes, we might not live long enough to benefit from the shade of the trees, but does it really matter? We are also enjoying the shades of trees that were planted by people who never lived long enough to enjoy those shades. So if we plant trees today and we do not benefit from the shades of the trees, we will indirectly benefit because generations to come will benefit from this. And as long as they benefit, we benefit too. This is the black pot, aka Kukushunemo, and this is that tree planting generation. Now, our aim right here in the black pot is to rewire the mindset of our people. When the mindset is righted, every other thing will be right automatically. That is why we keep telling you, in the black pot, we do not criticize. If we must criticize, we would just criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the pot, not just any other pot, but the pot that is black, the African pot. And remember, we are live on Pan-African TV. Yes, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. Super live on Black Empire TV, our own TV. We are also on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media, and the Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Click on the notification button, and the good news is that every time we release anything, you will be the first to see that. We want to also say thank you so much to Is It. Now, Is It simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, if you're tired of social media's negativity, the violence, the nudity, the nakedness, and even the racism, then your app is It in spirit, in truth. Now, this is an app that does everything positive that social media does, except the negative ones. This is the app that everybody is hooking up to. I am on Is It. Follow me up. Come along. Let's play on Is It. Now, the very good thing about Is It is that you can go live. You can also make audio and video calls at the same time. You can also send messages. And it's crystal clear. Upload your photographs, your videos, do business, and it's all for free. No hidden charges. Download that from App Store and Google Play, and we are on. Make connections with family and friends, and make memories. This is the app that represents us. Support the African business. It's called Is It. Mauritania, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Algeria. This is your app. It's called Is It. No hidden charges. And this is the app of positivity and responsibility. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Cuckoo Shonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Today we have 5 very interesting stories as usual to unleash on you. Number 1 is taking us to the IMF. What does it tell us? Watch it. It says what? Ghana utterly broke. Is Ghana broke? How could Ghana be broke? But who is saying Ghana is broke? International Monetary Fund. That's the IMF. Are we going back to the days of HIPC? Do you know what HIPC stands for? Highly indebted African countries are known as HIPC. Highly indebted, poor countries. What a case to call yourself HIPC. But we gladly accepted that tag, that label, all because we wanted to be fed. We all of a sudden forgot that we must be a virtuous people. We must fight for everything that we need rather than going cup in hand and knees aground. Ghana's reserves almost empty to end 2023 at nearly 3 weeks of import cover. And this is IMF talking. What does it mean? Does it mean anything to you? Well, let's get into it and see what it is the IMF is talking about. Come here. Watch me. It says Ghana's net international reserves will end 2023 at nearly 3 weeks of import cover. That's 0.8 month. The 2023 International Monetary Fund Regional Economic Outlook Report, that's for Sub-Saharan Africa, has disclosed. Again, the report said Ghana's reserves stood at a little above 2 weeks, that's 0.6 months, of import cover in 2022. Contrary to the Bank of Ghana's summary of economic and financial data, that the country's reserves in 2023 was estimated at 2.7 months of import cover. Dash it away. Now, when they talk about import cover, they are talking about the reserves that we have in order to import things. You know, when Ghana imports things, we have to pay in hard currency. No international market accepts the cedis. The cedi is nothing to the international world. They accept mostly the dollar. So if they are talking about import cover, they are talking about how much reserves you have to import. And the IMF is telling us that we have how many weeks? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of cover. And right after that, we are finished. No import cover. It means any other thing that we need to import into the country, we have to find another way of bringing these imports in. as we have run out of reserves. Come here. Let's open that up. Watch it. Like a surgeon, we are going to dissect this and go deeper into it. This is a very disgraceful government. It's a government that has no respect for decency. How can you call your land the Gold Coast? The white man came here and saw so much gold. He was so shocked he became pink like ketchup. He started to pee in his pants as if he had a weak bladder. He had never seen so much gold. Listen, he decided to call this beautiful country the Gold Coast. In fact, even the Portuguese called it El Mine, the mine. They had seen so much gold, they had come here to mine. Today, El Mine has become El Mina. And when we go there, we see what it is that these people saw and decided to nickname the place El Mina, or better still, the Gold Coast. Every colonialist who entered this country, the first thing they saw was gold, riches. Now let me take you a little bit back into history. It's not going to be boring. Now we named this country after the ancient Ghana kingdom. The very first king of this Ghana kingdom, unified, was called Dinga Sise. Now Dinga Sise had his capital at a place called Kumbisali. And the Ghana Empire is located between Mauritania and the beautiful land of Mali. The Ghana Empire was so powerful and so rich that not one person was poor in it. Where from the riches? From the land, agriculture, the mines. We were the first people to teach the world how to smelt gold and even metal. Today, where has all that expertise gone? Today, where has all the riches gone? I sit back and I ask myself, and I realize that the riches could still be here, but the problem is with bad leadership. Should I prove it? May I prove it? Watch me. When Dinga Sise became the very first king of the unified Ghana Empire, he was one of the best leaders the world had ever seen. He fought to keep his nation at peace, and the whole empire bowed before him when he rose to the level of a divinity. They worshipped him. What did he do again? He raised artisans to train some other people in the empire. They learned how to smelt copper and how to smelt gold. They learned how to mine properly without destroying the land. At the same time, they learned guerrilla warfare. They could fight underwater for so long before coming out to breathe fresh air. They did all this. Above all, they concentrated heavily on agriculture and architecture. Are they rhyming? Agriculture. They worked so hard, planted some of the wonderful crops that today we don't have. Not because they are no more there, but because we have lost the acumen to plant these. People came from Spain. They came from Italy and some other parts of Europe to come to the Ghana Empire and learn some of these wonderful things like architecture, agriculture, and even mining. In fact, let me tell you something. Now the name Ghana is from the Mandinke. Some people call them the Malinke. Other people call them the Jula. The Malinkes were so powerful. Some other people even call them the Soninke. It's the same people. It's just a matter of terminology. Solinke, Malinke, Mandinka, Jula is the same group of people. Now the Soninke people, hear me now, named the land Ghana. And Ghana simply means what? The blacksmith. Why blacksmith? Because they had become the kings of mining, become the kings of smelting gold, copper, and other metals. And we taught the whole world how to do this. Hear me now. Ghana also stands for the warrior king. It means the warrior king, the king of all the warriors. And that was the title of the kings of the empire. Kings like Dinga Sise. Now listen, Dinga Sise was the first king. How about the last king? He was called Tinkaminen. Listen, Tinkaminen was the last king, and during his reign, and Tinkaminen was even said to be coming from this part of the world today known as Ghana. In fact, Tinkaminen, during his reign, there was not a single poor person. So it meant that from the reign of the great Dinga Sise all the way down to the last king known as Tinkaminen, there was never any poverty in the Ghana Empire. How did they do it? Good leadership. The Ghana Empire disintegrated because of envy and jealousy from the Arab world and of course from the Almoravids. They came in all the way because of jealousy and the fact that Tinkaminen was so peaceful and decided to ignore the guerrilla tactics and guerrilla warfare. They took over the whole area and Islamized it. After it was Islamized, what happened? Poverty started coming in. The Almoravids took over, forced their religion on the people, and all the people started disintegrating and running away from the area for fear of two things. One, being subdued and turned into slaves, and two, being forced to accept a foreign religion. Why all this history? Good leadership. Right from the first king of the Ghana Empire, all the way down to Tinkaminen, the last king, there was no poverty on the land, all because of good leadership. They concentrated on agriculture. They concentrated so much on architecture, mining, and all that, keeping the land fresh and beautiful. Today, our leaders are idiots. Today, our leaders have no common sense of decency and Africanism. Today, our leaders do not even know what history is. Any man who does not know history is an idiot. Because they say experience is the best teacher. How do you gain the experience? Mathematically, experience is history. Now, if experience is history and you don't know it, then it means that you are dumb. We must learn from other people's experiences so that we will become a better people, right? We must be able to enter into history. I'm not saying that go and get a PhD in English or history. No, all I'm talking to you about is that you must know your history. If you know that you were once kings and queens, there is no way anybody will take you for cheap and as a slave. Come here, let me tell you more. Hear me now. Watch me. Listen. Today, the IMF is the controller of the whole of Africa and beyond. What happened to our own control systems? Today, the IMF controls everything. Today, Europe and America decide for us what crops we should plant. So we have forgotten all the wonderful crops that Dinga Sise and the rest planted, and they kept us strong and alive. Today, when there's any problem on our land, we are looking for America to bring in soldiers. Like our president went all the way and behaved like a house nigger before the American people, asking the Americans to come over here and deal with Wagner. That was on the Burkina Faso border. Now we are hearing that America even has a military base right here. In the days of Dinga Sise, we were powerful when it came to guerrilla warfare. We were tight and very strong, and everything was homegrown. Today, the average Ghanaian eats 98% of all his food from Italy, from China, from America. We don't even eat local anymore. How many Ghanaians know what dawa dawa is? How many Ghanaians know what dawa dawa is? No! Some of our wonderful foods have been thrown away, but we know what it is to say lasagna. We know what pizza is. We even know the different types of pizza that we have. How will your nation grow like that? So IMF has the yardstick. It can decide to tell you that you are doing well or you are not doing well, and you cannot argue because you've given it all the power. Until we have our own system of judgment and measurement, we will continue to be tied to the loins of the IMF. And when the IMF pulls us, we go. When it pushes us, we go. There is no way we would ever stand strong and face our own lives if we continue lending our lives to the IMF and the World Bank. I don't know how many people are listening, but come here. We are talking about the fact that Ghana is utterly broke. How can we be broke when we have so much gold? Gold that dirty leaders in power are trying to sell out in the name of Ejapa. Gold that Chinese people are brought in there to do galamsey. And people who hold dual citizenships like Gabi, Ochridakun, and the rest of them, we are told, allegedly, are getting the Chinese people out like clearing agents anytime they are arrested. We have lawyers who go out there to defend criminals, and they know that these are criminals. In fact, by the legal system in this country and the legal etiquette, it is wrong to know that this is a criminal. He has confessed to you, the lawyer, confessed to you that he's a criminal. He's done A, B, C, D. And you still go to court to mislead the court that this person is not a criminal. Yet that is what our lawyers do, most of them. How do we grow? How can my nation be broke when we have so much gold? How can my nation be broke when we have so much arable lands? How can my nation be broke when we have so much talent? It's because the leaders are dumb. Because the leaders have no common sense. That's why this thing is happening. How could we inherit the name of a powerful empire? And if a name is everything, then Ghana should be the capital of the world. After all, the ancient Ghana Empire was the capital of the world. The Chinese were so jealous of the Ghana Empire. Same way, even Shi Hongti and the rest, they wish that they could be part of the Ghana Empire. Today, that name that we inherited, the only nation in the world that still bears this powerful name, we are disgracing the name and disgracing the power of our ancestors. If Mansa Musa came all the way from the Ghana Empire, Mali, and went all the way to Arabia and caused a lot of inflation on the way, all because of the amount of gold he carried on horseback and camelback and donkey back. Why are we poor? Is the gold finished? Or our leaders are the idiots? Is the gold finished? Or the leaders have no common sense? It's a problem of leadership. Our leaders are sellouts. They are house diggers. They are not ready to hold the mantle of Pan-Africanism and say enough is enough. Like Sankara said, let us go to the land and till the ground. They have to make agriculture sexy. We want to see young ladies who are so curvy. Take them off TikTok and put them on the land to till the land. We want to see the ladies with the big breasts come out of TikTok and do their TikToking on the ground. Plant the maize, plant the corn, and plant the potatoes. That's what we want to see. Today the youth are dying from liver problems because they are eating too much Chinese food. A lot of them are eating Indian foods. Some of them are eating food from Afghanistan. Food from which kitchen you don't know. Why won't you get liver problems? 27-year-old liver problem, killing. Stroke at the age of 14. What is happening? We have to get back to the Ghana Empire that was rich. Or else, slave masters will never clap for you. The IMF is like a hawk. You see, akuko, esachre akroma, enyenufe. The IMF is the hawk. Africa is the chicken. No matter how much you dance to the hawk, the IMF, you can do all the wonderful dances. Enyenufe. The day that the hawk will start clapping, that the fowl is dancing so well, it means that it is already holding the fowl by the wings, getting ready for the cooking pot. Kai, Jesus have mercy. I don't know how many people are listening, and I don't know how many people are watching. Dash it away. Bring me the next thing. Watch it. What does it say? Ghana, destination for our lost siblings. Oh, hallelujah. I told you about the Ghana Empire. I told you about our wonderful siblings. Our great-grandfathers and greatest grandmothers were carried on slave ships, dehumanized. We went through so much atrocities and dehumanization. And in fact, the data is clean and it shows everything clearly. The evidence is staring at us and slapping our cringing brows. How much more need I tell you this? Now that we're taken into the diaspora, Rasta will say Livaspora, because we don't die. We don't like the die vibes. Livaspora. What is happening? It is time to return home. We have that gate that they call the gate of no return. We broke it down and said we are returning home. And today, I am glad that a lot of people are choosing Ghana as the destination for returning home. It's not because of Nana Akufo-Addo. What does Akufo-Addo know about history? What does he know about history? If he knew history, this country would be a better country. If you knew history, Nkrumah would be taught in every centimeter of this country. If you knew history, the Ghana Empire will be taught in every centimeter. Or Konfu Anochi will be taught. But no, they have allegiance to their slave masters. They dress like them and all that. But watch it. It says, more diasporans. Yeah? More diasporans buying homes and protecting business opportunities. And this is GTA talking. What is GTA? Ghana Tourism Authority. Come here, my boss. Hear me. More diasporans are buying and obtaining private homes in the country. Data obtained from the Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA, indicated. Now the BNFT observed out of the 914,892 international tourist arrivals last year. The 2022 tourism report has 41.18% of diaspora tourists lodging in their private homes against the 32% who lodged in hotels. 19.40 corporate homes and 3.01% for others, as those who will just walk around and return without sleeping anywhere, and those who would like to just hang around, whatever it is, will form the others. Now, the numbers in 2022 also show that the largest percentage of international tourists have been visiting the country for business purposes since 2018. Business. And the percentage is what? Watch it. It says 41.18% of the aspirants lodging in their own private homes. And all the other people coming into the nation, they come here for what? Business. Underline that. The GTA in an international air travelers survey noted that 42.5% of diaspora visitors came to the nation on business motivations in 2018. 2018, what's the percentage? 42.5. 32% in 2019. 33.7% in 2020. Then it reduced to 29.7% in 2021. It reduced further to 24.2% in 2022. So it's been declining. We are about to make the point. What are we talking about? Dash! And come here. Watch me. Hey! You see, the numbers were rising. All of a sudden that they realized that this is a full country, as the Jamaican would say. It's a country of idiotic leaders. It's a country whose leaders do not even respect the core values of their ancestors. 99% of everyone who enters this country, and I dare tell you, I have no data to show you. The data is embedded right in my medulla oblongata. 99.9999% who enter into this country were inspired by Kwame Nkrumah and our ancestors. 99.9999% of the people who come here from the diaspora, who the Rasta people will refer to as the Livasporans, they enter here because of the history of our great ancestors? Have we engaged historians to tell the story to the people on arrival? Are we taking them to our historic sites with qualified historians to link them to their roots so that they feel part of us? Or we just meet them at the airport, dance ADDO to them, and unleash them out and let people cheat them because they speak not our tongue? I've said this time and again. So when they come and they realize that they are being cheated, hotel prices go to Ghanaians as at 20 Ghana. And then when the returnees are coming, it's $20, $50, $100, 10 times, 20 times the price. Price discrimination. That is not how to welcome a sibling home. We live in a country where we are told we are smart and we are applauded when we start cheating. How can smartness be called cheating? If you succeed in cheating a man, it doesn't mean you are smart or wiser than the man. It means that you have let his trust down. I trust you as a brother. I've been in America. I've been in England. I've seen how white people have maltreated me. I've inherited suffering, a lot of suffering from my great ancestors. And I want to break away, only to come home and my own brothers with the same DNA are treating me worse than the white man on the streets of London and Washington. You think I'll return? I've seen many diasporans who have said, enough is enough, I am going. From the fake love, all the way to the fake investments, all the way to the fake friendship, and the fake weddings, and the nonsense. You will see a 17-year-old walking with a 92-year-old diasporan that they are in love. They are holding each other's arms all over the place. The moment the dollar is done, love is done. What nonsense is this? We have to be wise in these times. If Ghana has to become the destination for all our siblings from the diaspora, or better say the Levaspora, 4 things have to be done. Number 1, we must understand that they are not coming here because of us. They are coming here because of our history, our common history. We must understand that we owe our ancestors the duty of welcoming home our brethren and sistren. We owe our ancestors the duty of hugging all these people when they return and weeping and telling them that we have missed you. Please welcome home. We owe our ancestors the duty to protect them, feed them. Don't steal from them. Feed them. Feed them. Even the Bible tells you that the prodigal son, after he took all the money, even him, and blew away the money, when he returned home, what did his father do? He shed tears and said, "Oh, my son, welcome home. I missed you." As his son went down, he said, "Father, I do not deserve to be part of the family. Please relegate me to where the pigs are. I know that you feed your pigs better than those people I went to in the faraway land. Feed me like a pig. Please treat me like a pig." But his father said, "No, sir. You are my son. My son is not a pig. Come here." He ordered for the fattest calf to be slaughtered so that dinner will be made for him. That's how we have to treat our brethren and sisters. But we don't have that common sense. We see them as cash cows. We steal from them. We engage in dirty businesses with them. So one of the things I told you, we must understand that, yes, there is a common history between us. And 2, we must understand that they are here to help us build. All the people who have built Africa, in fact, were people who had lived on the other side. Hey, mention Kwame Nkrumah. Mention Paul Kofi. Mention all those wonderful ones like Chief Sam Charles, Adoko Kofi. All of them, They had to travel to the white man's land, watch the white man closer, and return home with reinvigorated power to help this nation grow. So when they are coming back to us, we must see them as people who have gone to re-energize, to come and help us all build that family. The third point is that we must also see them as our brothers and sisters. Blood. Blood. They are not foreigners. Like some of us call them Obroni or Muzungu. No, how can you call your brother Muzungu? You mad? Finally, we have to make it easy for them to settle. The government must quickly give them citizenship. Those who are ready to renounce their American and British citizenship. If I was president, nobody would hold dual citizenship. It's your right to the Ghanaian citizenship, the African citizenship. If Ghana is getting too inundated with people coming in, you know what we do? We go to other countries, team up with them, and send some of them there. It's one big continent. Kim Kardashian has something, and I would like to end on that. She says that the more siblings you have, is the more energy you have. And the best friends that you will get from this would only increase in number. You know Kim Kardashian, right? When we return, we'll talk more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Coup, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Remember, we are on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button. It's called Black Empire Media. BLAKK, Black Empire Media. We are live on Pan-African TV, live on Loud Silence TV, live, super live on Black Empire TV. Come here. Now today we have a lot of things to talk about, and I'm most excited to be here. Yes, I know you're excited to be here too. We are supported by AZIT. Now, if you are fed up with social media's negativity, and I'm talking about the violence, the nudity, the racism, and all that, then your app is AZIT. AZIT does exactly what social media does, except the negative ones. Hey, connect with family and friends. Upload your photos. Upload your videos. Upload all your stories. Link up with people of like minds. And you can also make video calls and audio calls and message as well. Hey, download this for free from App Store and Google Play. And it's for free. And this is an app that has been built by Africans in the United States of America. And is very positive. Powerful engineers and scientists, oh my God, who have built this app. They are powerful algorithms that will sap up anything negative before it even comes up. This is it in spirit, in truth, and I am there. Connect with me, download the app, and let's keep it positive. My name is Blakk RASTA, and this is the Black Pot. Next story. Interesting things are happening. Nana Addo talks African prosperity. Today is all about Africa, right? Nana Addo talks African prosperity. Run the rhythm. Let's see what Nana Addo is saying about African prosperity. He says, let's help make Africa the place for investment and prosperity. Watch me. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has urged the African diaspora to help change the African narrative, which has been characterized largely by a concentration on disease, hunger, poverty, and illegal mass migration. I'm most interested in the first paragraph, and I'm going to read it again. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has urged the African diaspora to help change the African narrative, which has been characterized largely by concentration on disease, hunger, poverty, and illegal mass migration. Speaking to the Young African and Diasporan Leaders Summit being held on the sidelines of the U.S. Africa Leaders Summit in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, 30th November 2022. President Akufo-Addo stated that the urgent responsibility we face is to make our countries and our continent attractive for our people to see them as places of opportunities. Dash it away. Who is Nana Akufo-Addo? You know who he is? That's him. I've seen too much of this picture. Change this photograph and give me a different photo. This is Nana Akufo-Addo. He's the president of the Republic of Ghana. When he first became president, he started talking about Pan-Africanism and talking about year of return. Oh, the diasporas must come home. Africans must come home. And we were all excited as historians and Pan-Africanists. And we were so excited that finally our ancestors had unleashed on us one of their own to lead this country like Moses and lead the whole continent into El Dorado. Unfortunately, he's a traitor. Come here! He's a traitor. This man talked about the Africa Beyond Aid. He was the first person to go cap in hand begging white people for money. Today he's thinking about making money out of the LGBTQI plus agenda. I've said it time and again. I have no problem if any country in Africa decides on their own that they appreciate and they love LGBTQI plus. That's you. But I don't like it and I hate it if we have to be puppeted and gagged so that this will be forced down our throats. I don't like anything like that. The African must be made to stand on his own and accept what he wants to accept without any coercion. But he has run aground the country. The prospects of the country all gone haywire. This was the dirty traitor who told us that, oh, you know, we need good leadership to be able to unearth all the wonderful prospects we have in this country. We are sitting on so much gold, yet we are poor. He told us things that we wanted to hear. And when he became president, true to his words, he unleashed his own people to go into the forest and destroy the forest, to mine gold and put the money in their own pockets, as we are hearing right now from Professor Frimpong Boateng. My brother, we all gave him an ear when he spoke about African prosperity. We loved him. Oh, Africa Beyond Aid. Of course I want to see an Africa Beyond Aid. I do not want any Tom, Dick, and Harry coming from America and England throwing coins at us. No, sir. We want to stand on our own and take over the mantle of the ancient Ghana Empire and the power of Mansa Musa and Dinga Sise. As an historian, this is what I want to see. I'm fed up at the receiving end every time. Every time I am a symbol of sympathy. Anytime people see me, they go like, oh, no, sir. I want people to see me and run to me and ask me to favor them and bless them. I should be a symbol of blessing to people, not a symbol of sympathy. But that is what they have turned our continent into. Today, Nana Addo is speaking with the African diaspora. It means people, African. This is 2022. This is 2022. He was talking to Africans there. Descendants of Africans. Look at this woman talking to the president. You can feel the energy in the woman. Haven't I lived too long in the wilderness? What the Rasta man would call Babylon? Can you make it easy for me to return home, sir? I don't want my grave to be in Babylon. I want to be buried on my home soil. Oh, Jesus. But they come here, we cheat them. We rob them. We treat them like foreigners. And most of them ran back like in the days of Chief Sam Charles. Nana Addo is saying that Africa, bring that story again, that Africa is seen as a continent of disease, a continent of poverty, and a continent of what? Watch it, illegal mass migration. He's right. He said Africa is largely characterized by what? The concentration of disease, hunger, poverty, and illegal mass migration. But that's true. We see Africans running out every now and then. Let them bring ships here and say all Africans who want to live in America, in England, even in Japan, come aboard the ship. Even pets, even animals will run onto those ships and go out. You will be shocked your president even wants to live there when he's out of power. That's why a lot of African presidents buy homes in America. In fact, they buy houses, not homes. Yes, the diasporans have a lot of power. They can help. We as historians know the power diasporans have. But we have not tapped into that power yet. May I ask the president, can you bring the face of the president, sir? Mr. President, with all respect, are you considering putting a diasporan in a ministerial position in your government? At least for diasporan affairs. Are you aware that a lot of them have great minds? Minds that are devoid of stealing and cheating and corruption. And one of them in your government is enough to change the whole narrative. Have you thought about that? I'm just asking. How many African leaders have thought about adding diasporans in their government? Robert Mugabe, of blessed soul, made sure Ghanaians were part of his government. All because of Kwame Nkrumah. He said, I can't have the brain of Kwame Nkrumah. I don't come from Ghana. Why can't I get a Ghanaian who was a direct DNA to Kwame Nkrumah? Maybe I could just benefit from the wisdom of Kwame Nkrumah. That's what Mugabe said. What's happening to us? These are people carried away. Our ancestors who were carried there, these are their children. They took the finest, the creme de la creme. Let's benefit from their brains. Dash it away. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show, and my name Black Rasta. Next story. Next story. Watch it. It says, coup against the US dollar. Hightens. Hey. Now there's a big gang against the US dollar. People are fed up with the reign of the dollar. Peter Tosh predicted a long time ago before he died in 1987 that the day the dollar dies, the world will be better. Peter did not live long enough to see this day. Now there is something known as BRICS. You see them? These people are called the BRICS. The B is at the end there. It stands for what? Brazil. The I in the middle stands for what? It stands for what? India. BRICS. So it's BR, right? B. And then we go to R. R stands for Russia. I stands for India. C stands for what? Is it Cameroon? No, China. S stands for what? South Africa. That's why you see the South African man there at the end. Eh? These are the people forming the BRICS and their flags are at the back. BRICS. That's it. B there, you see the Brazilian flag there. R for Russia, that's Russia. I there for India. C for China. And S for South Africa. Come here. And what is BRICS? Apart from the acronym representing countries, they are those who are fed up of the reign of the American dollar. They believe that the dollar has been weaponized against humanity. And therefore, these powerful countries have come together and they said they are no more going to trade using the dollar. That's the long and short of it all. And today, BRICS, 5 nations, they've become 19 nations. 19 nations submit membership requests of annual summits. The growing prominence of the BRICS countries is only set to continue expanding as 19 nations have submitted membership requests ahead of their annual summit. Moreover, the event is set to take place in South Africa this summer. Africa is the capital of the future. In Africa this summer, as a host of nations are seeking entry. Earlier this year, the BRICS collective made it known that they were open to new members. Additionally, as the bloc of countries has surpassed the G7 nations in GDP or PPP, it seems expansion could continue to implement a shift in the global power balance. Global power balance. Shifting the power from one side to the other to balance it. Specifically, amidst their continued efforts to replace the US dollar in international trade. Did I not tell you that? BRICS sees plethora of requests to join. And look at it. Ahead of the annual summit taking place in South Africa, the BRICS nations have seen 19 nations submit membership, as you were told. Moreover, the countries are seeking to join the growing collective already comprised of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. What a thing. Now, Bloomberg reported the emerging application list following previous statements on their willingness to expand. Additionally, Anil Suklal, the South African ambassador to the group, discussed the summit, specifically what topics are said to be on the agenda for discussion at the June event. Hallelujah. Come here. What is going to be discussed? Next page. What are they going to discuss? Last year, China installed a discussion regarding potential expansion. Yeah? Conversely, there was concern amongst the BRICS nations about their influence being diluted. Did you hear that? The report states, specifically, there is concern over Beijing's close allies being included, mostly due to China's gross domestic product already being twice the size of the 4 other BRICS countries combined. My fear is that China may also grow into a monster like America if BRICS succeeds. And the way they are going, it doesn't look like anything is going to stop it. Now the thing is, one nation that has so much power will grow and become a monster and insist that their currency be used. But in this case, they are all going to depend on one single currency. Can they come out with a new currency so that no one particular BRICS nation has influence? I want to see a level playing ground. I don't want to see monopoly. Monopoly does not help. America has monopolized this thing for too long, and I think that it is fair enough to have a plain playing field so that the nations of the world can breathe better. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. We are about to end. Selfless family honors ADISADEL school BIZZAREDLY. Here we have words, BIZZAREDLY. If you are from Kumasi, you might not be able to pronounce this word. BIZZAREDLY. In fact, if you are from Kumasi, I went to school in Kumasi, you might not be able to even read this sentence properly. Selfless family honors ADISADEL school BIZZAREDLY. Ube can we know? Ube here fufu say. Kumasi fue! Hey! Whoa! Hear me! On a more serious note, there's a man by name Atumold. In fact, there was a man by name Atumold. He was a billionaire. In fact, his family was tied to the NDC. His mother had Indian blood. And his father had his background all the way in Winneba. In fact, from Winneba, when the capital was moved from Cape Coast in the days of colonialism, all the way down to Accra, the family moved. His grandfather got married to a Ga woman, and the moles became Gans. But originally, they are from Winneba. He has Indian blood in him. In fact, his father was one George Mould who used to be around Rawlings in the days. This man lived for 5 solid years at Labadi Beach Hotel. He parked his luxurious cars right there. You can see the cars. I remember I went to Labadi Beach Hotel and I saw some of these cars and I thought that they were just there on parade for sale. And somebody said, yeah, they are there for sale. And he owned them. In fact, he loved these toys. He had a number of them. In fact, Alex Mould, Betty Mould, and all the Moulds, they are prominent people in Ghanaian politics. And this is Betty Mould. This is Betty's brother. We are talking about blood brother, one father, one mother. Wonderful family. In fact, Atumold himself was involved in the Keta Sea defense wall construction. And he made a lot of money. He also owned a company called Macam. Made a lot of money. He was a businessman. He lived in a hotel for 5 years. He had money. Let me run you a little bit into his life. Tell me something about Mould. Watch this. Not this one. Bring me the other one. This is the one I'm looking for. Not tears. Watch it. Ghanaian businessman ADDO mold is dead. How would that do millionaires die? I thought money was everything. It's a lesson to all of us. We'll die one day. It doesn't matter whether you have money or not. Some people spend all their lives looking for money, forgetting that money will not save them from death and money is not everything. But this man was a great guy. Watch it. Reports reaching blah, 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 reveals that the chief executive officer of Macam plant, Mr. ADDO Mold, has died. The family of Mr. Mold confirmed the news of his death a while ago with sketchy details of the cause. His company was in charge of the Axim, I beg your pardon, not Keta. So this was what I was looking for. Axim Sea Defense Project undertaking to save lives and property. The 7-kilometer project, which stretched from Braure to Apeusika, was meant to protect the ancient coastal town in Nzima East municipality from the ravages of the sea and the sea. He died. When did he die? Oh, in loving memory of the man, Miguel ADDO Kwabena Mold. My God. 17th November 2020 would always be remembered. That was the day he died. He said bye-bye to us. He left all the wonderful fleet of toys. He left a huge bank account. He spent a lot of money to treat himself. His room was reserved for him for 5 solid years in that posh hotel. The day he died, the room became empty. Somebody else entered there. Look at this. This is the Gethsemane Cemetery. This was where he was buried. He was buried here. East Legon. He lived in luxury. And when he died, he was buried in luxury. But the family, oh my God, they are going straight to heaven. You know why? You know why? Look at the ADDO Mold house. He had his own house, yet he lived in a hotel. And when he died, they buried him in a VIP cemetery. Money they talk. The family is going to heaven. Family of ADDO Mold sells his luxury cars to build dormitory block for his alma mater. And he went to school at ADISADEL. They have sold all the cars. And they are building. 6 students share a toilet facility and an ironing space. And that is not good for the family. Say, how? It also has a borehole with overhead tanks and a visitor's lounge with a TV in there at ADISADEL College. But look at what he has built. Watch this. ADDO Mold house has 6 rooms, where each having the capacity to accommodate 150 beds with lockers, and washrooms, where 6 students share a toilet facility. 6 students, toilet facility. Hey, go to Ghana school in Tamale. We are told that toilets that had been abandoned. Now we are hearing that it wasn't that true. Some of the students just went there to do their own funny things like we all did when we were in school. But you know what? I like what the family has done. But may I suggest something? I wish they had put up this in Ghana school. Especially that there's so much brouhaha right now. They will go and build this in Ghana school. That would have made a lot of meaning. Now you've done it for your alma mater. It's not so much like doing it for Ghana school, a school that you never attended. Maybe the family would think about it. If there are other cars sitting down there, sell those ones too and go to Ghana school and do something for my people there. On this note, I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Remember, we are supported by Is It. If you're tired of social media's negativity, log on to Is it? All you need to do is to download the app from App Store and Google Play. You can do video calls and, of course, audio calls. You can go live. You can upload your photographs or videos. Connect with people of positivity. Oh, and connect with family and friends. And this is crystal clear. Connect with family and friends. And at the same time, remember this app is produced by Africans. Support the African business. Download this from App Store and Google Play. I am on Is It. Let's connect and let us have fun. Oh my God. Thank you so much for supporting us. We are also on YouTube. Our name is Blakk Empire Media. And it's Blakk is Blakk. Every day we bring you 5 solid stories in a program known as the Blakk Porter. And it comes live on Pan-African TV. Thanks so much, Pan-African TV. It's Africa's only Pan-African TV that supports consciousness like this and freedom of speech. Thank you so much. At this point, I want to say Kwesi Pratt Jr. Thank you so much. Uncle Notedana, Bibi Aboko. I want to greet everybody right there inside Pan-African TV. We love you. Loud Silence TV, Kevin Taylor, salute and love, respect every time. This has been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Hi! Wayo!